With the crypto market recently dumping, you can see some of the top AI agent tokens have been dropping like rocks. And some of these are really tempting to get into, at least for me personally. I'm not suggesting you do or anything. I know the market cap is still quite big. If you look at it, like Virtual, for example, is one of the top ones together with FET, but Virtual's protocol is considered like one of the top AI agents tokens out there. And it does have a 1.8 billion market cap. It was bigger than that right before the dump, quite a lot bigger. And if we look at the 1 month chart, we can see here it dropped like pretty much 50% of the price, right? Went down to $2.34 and it was $5.04. So it dropped even more than the 50% of the price, which is quite a big dip, right? So now the question is this a good time to get into it? I'm not sure, right? It could be because it does seem to be moving back up, and all depending on what Bitcoin is doing now. If Bitcoin does recover and goes to like 110, 120K, there's a very good chance Virtual could revisit a $5 range or perhaps even higher. Perhaps it could only go to around $4 and then dump again with another pullback. It all depends on Bitcoin at the end of the day, like always. But considering it is a top performing AI agent token, given the narrative and given the market cap and the popularity, it could be fine. And in terms of the circulating supply, this is probably the only concern I have with it. And it's not a big concern given that we're in a bull market. If we're in a bear market, I would be more concerned with 645 million out of 1 billion being in circulation because, with these releases, dumps can always occur. And I haven't even checked the release schedule, to be fair. It could be that there's nothing going to be released this year. Yeah, if you know, just drop a comment below. I haven't looked into it in depth, to be fair, into Virtual. I just know that this is a very popular AI agent token because there's just so many of them being released all the time. It's hard to keep up. There's some FUD around it here as well, like this person here, Crypto Scooping, posted on CoinMarketCap that cryptocurrency tokens right in the artificial intelligence wave are now facing a harsh reality. This looks to be created with ChatGPT, to be fair. It's saying that Virtual, which is one of the top performing tokens, has plummeted by 43%. And similarly, AI16Z has lost quite a lot as well, over 50% of its value since it January peaked. These tokens have wiped out a staggering $2 billion in market cap, leaving many investors questioning their investment. But to be fair, you can't really go by this. This is just basically a person trying to shield their own bags, which is a low cap token. So, you gotta take this with a pinch of salt. Like, why use ChatGPT in the first place to post a message like this? You could just write it yourself, right? So it's very clear here that there's an agenda behind it. In terms of Bitcoin, right, it is doing quite okay-ish for now, 96.6K, given that it had dumped quite a lot. As you can see, it had this wide range green bar, multiple wide range green bars on the 1 minute chart, which I like to look at because of scalping. So it's starting to pick back up now. We don't know how high it's gonna go. We don't know if this is just temporary before it's gonna pull back further to continue the dump to maybe 87K or so, or if the dump is over and we are starting to move back up. It's anyone's guess, to be fair. I mean, given the current price action right now, a trader can say that this is bullish. Not many people are going to place shorts in situations like this. Now, I did place a short myself, but this is on the lower time frame. I placed a short on Injective. Of course, I do hold a bag of Injective as well in spot. Right, I do have Injective in my wallet for the longer term play, just in case the market does turn around. But in terms of technical analysis, I have placed a short on Injective here. You know why? Because it has gotten to this resistance area here and it has failed to go higher. Although, you could argue that with this huge wide range green bar here that took out any potential bearish action that we might have seen here, you could argue that perhaps this is a big mistake and that it's going to continue higher. But for me, I'm thinking, there has been rejections here. It didn't get as high as it did previously here, right? So, of course, it could go higher. We could see a pop here and it could take me out. I have gone in half size just in case I'm wrong on this because, like I said, I'm not super comfortable in this trade. But there is a probability that it could pull back, and if it does pull back, I am targeting this area here around $20.18 because we do have some support around this area if it does drop that low. As you can see, even as low as this here, 20.05, we did hold quite a bit there and then we bounced up. So, I'm expecting that if it does pull back to get to this area now. The question is, when will it pull back to this area? Because I do think it will happen. I'm just not sure if right now it could just go higher first. But just because of all these big rejections that we've seen here, it makes me feel more inclined that this short is probably going to work out. But like I said, because I'm not super confident, given that the market is quite bullish today, I went in half size. So when I'm not confident, I don't want to lose too much if I am wrong. Earn a free $50 futures bonus on MEXC. Sign up now using my referral link in the description or pinned comment, or simply scan the QR code. To qualify, you need to create an account, deposit at least $100, make just one trade. The event period runs between January 6th and January 16th. Don't miss out, grab your bonus today and start trading on the exchange that offers a wide range of altcoin pairs. Looking back at AI agents, virtual is $2.90 right now. We've got A16Z here. We've got a few others as well popping out here, which have been performing quite well, more so memes than anything. Like AI16Z is 1.4 billion market cap, which is quite a lot, trading at $1.20. In terms of the circulating supply, it is doing better than virtual because more tokens are in circulation, but this specific token is more so seen as a meme because they're using the A16Z name, which is a very, very known investor in the crypto space. It just seems a bit scammy to me. And we know that most of crypto is scammy, to be fair. You can't really say that there are too many serious projects out there. There are probably a handful of them which are hardworking and really want to build something and change the Web3 narrative, and turn it from just a meme token scam into something real. Not many of them do, right? So and the sad part is that a lot of these tokens which are using these names have some big investors behind them, and you may not even know about those investors, especially if the team is anonymous. Like if the team didn't come out, there's a good chance that some big players are behind these tokens, pumping the heck out of them. Because, with the lack of regulation, they can do that. There's nothing stopping them. And, investors like you and I might just be FOMOing in thinking, this is going to do great because this is right in the AI agent narrative. We're still early, only 1.4 billion market cap, but you could also get trapped in a situation like this. Like anyone that FOMOed in like a few weeks ago would be trapped now and they'd be thinking, oh, damn, what did I do, And of course, they're going to be really, really sad if these things don't take off and maybe another one takes off. But for me personally, if I was to invest in any of these, I would put in small amounts on days like these, where we see major dumps of like 50% corrections, because if it does do well, seeing that 2x, it could help drive the value of your portfolio up. And if your portfolio is consistently mostly of Bitcoin, Ethereum, maybe some of the top altcoins as well, and then these are just like tertiary coins that you're holding just in case they do really well and they help your portfolio propel, then so be it. It's no big deal. If it goes to zero, it's not a big hit on your portfolio. My concern is when people FOMO in and this is like their largest bag or their second largest bag. You just got to remember that, there are always risks with these, like huge risks with these. There's a risk with everything, but the only one that's not risky is Bitcoin. We all know that, right? Even if it was to go to like 70K, you know that it'll eventually break 100K once again, right? You know that you can trust Bitcoin because it just can't be shut down. Even though there's manipulation behind it, it'll always go up eventually because of its structure, how only 21 million, less than 21 million will ever exist, because, a lot of them are lost forever, of course, from the early days. But let's say maybe like 19 or 18 million will ever exist. So that is a very low amount. I know the market cap is huge already, but it just shows you that the more people that want to buy Bitcoin, and especially big investors do that, institutions do that, the more it's going to drive up its price and value. So that's the thing you got to keep in mind. These are just short-term plays with stuff like A16Z or virtual, but you can't be stuck in these, because if you are, then you could end up holding a bag which may end up going to zero. So just be careful with that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.